I went ahead on and dressed for the occasion because what I'm about to talk about today, I don't know, it might cause a little bit of kickback and somebody might want to act up. Honey, don't take me but just a minute to take off the earrings. So I'm dressed for the occasion just in case. But I hope I don't have no drama like that. I'm Mrs. G, your favorite auntie. And listen, honey, what am I going to talk about right now? I want to talk about these food stamps, these EBT cards, honey. Now, I've been hearing on the streets, I might be a little late. I hope I ain't too late to talk about this here, but I doubt it. Because up and coming real soon, from what I understand, there's going to be some changes coming up with these food stamps. And you know these folks ain't going to like that, honey. I done heard these folks on the street talking about this here. Y'all come on in, we're going to talk about it. Hey, welcome back. It's Mrs. G, your favorite auntie. And today, baby, I want to talk a little bit about these EBT cards, aka food stamps. Now, in the last month or so, there have been some changes in the government. Now, a lot of these things is happening. A lot of folks ain't going to agree with. But it's some good stuff coming out because I'm hearing that it's going to be no taxes on your tips. So that means if you work in a restaurant, a nice restaurant, or if you just work in a restaurant, because you know they already don't pay you hardly nothing. Folks living off their tips because these restaurants don't want to halfway pay you nothing. So the servers, they do a good job. Hey, I commend all of you all for doing a good job for working in these restaurants because, honey, dealing with people ain't no joke. So I'm hearing that the tips won't be taxed. You better give God the praise for that. I'm hearing that the overtime is not going to be taxed. Come on, y'all know how we like to get that OT. Y'all know how we do that, get that overtime. So some good things going to come out of this. But, and then the Social Security child. They said the Social Security won't be taxed either. Now, come on now. We got to give them a round of applause for that. Because the elderly folk, they need all their monies coming in. You know, they living off a monthly income like that. And they don't need to put no tax on it. They don't pay tax all their life on it. You know, we don't pay tax all our life. And then when we get time to get your Social Security, they want to tax that too. What kind of mess is that? No, that ain't right. But anyway, I ain't going to talk too much more about that. But what I want to talk about, baby, is this doggone food stamps, the EBT. Y'all know what that is. Well, I've been hearing, child, folks talking about it. They've been all on TikTok, folks crying and cussing and fussing. They straight downright upset.
On food stamps since I was 18. I don't give a how it makes me look on TikTok. I don't care. Groceries are expensive. I don't care that I can't afford groceries. I want to use my food stamp card. I have not looked at the price of groceries since I was 18. Why is everything so expensive?
Taxpayer's job to pay for my kids to eat and for my kids to be taken care of.
All this sweet stuff, them Oreos and all them cookies and candies and all that kind of stuff. But baby, they about to cut that out. No more sodas. They can't get all this unhealthy stuff. No, all this unhealthy stuff, Hawaiian punch, all this stuff for them children. And most of the time, it don't just be for the children because them grown folk. The adults be buying it for themselves because you know them children ain't gonna eat all that stuff.
You're gonna tell me that my daughter doesn't deserve a popsicle? You're gonna tell me I don't deserve to get brownies? You're gonna tell me I can't have Dr. Pepper with my dinner? And all I'm hearing is be grateful, it's free food.
But yeah, they're gonna cut back on all of that. So you won't be able to get some of these sweet things that are not healthy for you to begin with. To be honest with you, now this program was started to help mothers with children, to help them, to be able to afford to get food and things of that nature, healthy foods for their children, the ones that just could not afford to, to make ends meet. That's what it was all about. It wasn't all about for you to rake up these food stamps and selling them to other folk. No, you get $500 worth of food stamp and you're going to sell $300 worth so you can go out and buy your nice dress for the weekend and hang out on the weekend and buy you some shoes and dresses and all that kind of stuff. Or the men folk, y'all be getting them, they be getting them too. trying to, get money so they can buy that some weed and all kind of stuff, alcohol. No, selling them. It wasn't meant for that. Now, I have been able to receive assistance, aka food stamps, at one time in my life. But child, I can't get it no more. It is what it is. I can't get them food stamps no more, And it just kind of, I don't understand why some people just feel like they just supposed to continue to be getting this type of government assistance forever. So what does that tell you? What does that say about the mindset of people when all they want to do is get these food stamps, get government assistance forever? It wasn't meant for that. It was meant to get it for a certain time until you can get on your feet. But some people don't want to use it for that. You know what I'm saying? Now, to each his own. To each his own. But all I'm saying, child, honey, I've been seeing on TikTok, folk been telling me about it, how these folk been cutting the food because they can't get all them sweets and all that kind of stuff that they used to be able to get. Well, that's coming up real soon. Going to be some changes in the house. And they're probably going to cut down on the amount of, assistance that you can get a month. I don't know how true that is. I got to do a little more research on that right there. But I do know, coming up real soon, you ain't going to be able to get you won't be able to buy no sodas. You ain't going to be able to buy all these sweet treats, all this junk food. Baby, that's going to be cut out. So I guess the best thing to do is go ahead on and start preparing for it. And they don't need to cussing and fussing and getting mad. Folks been out on TikTok. They've been crying and, you know what I'm saying? What you crying for? At least you can get you getting some assistance. I can't even get none. You know what I'm saying? So many folks who probably could use just a little extra helping hand, to help supplement things, they can't even get none. And here you is sitting on your, what, all day long, and you just getting stamps, but you complaining because you can't get your cookies and sodas and all that kind of stuff. Baby, you want you some sweet, baby. Get you some fruit. Get you some fruit, baby. And that's something sweet. And then to think about it, it'll help you to live a healthier lifestyle if you don't have all that junk food. Now, I like me a little junk food too. Now, I ain't gonna lie. I like me a little junk food too. But I ain't getting no food stamps to go buy it. It wasn't meant for that. But these folks is cutting the food, child, all on TikTok, all on YouTube, all on these social medias out here making a fool of themselves because they upset because soon they will not be able to buy all these sweet treats, all this junk food they used to buy. Sodas ain't good for you, baby, but bloat you. And if you notice, the wealthier people, they don't buy sodas. They don't buy pop. They don't buy colas and cokes and all that sweet stuff and grape sodas. You know how some people love them grape sodas. They don't buy that. You know why? Because they know it's not healthy. They know it's not good for them. They know it's not something that they want to be putting in their bodies. So the thing is, what you need to try to get in your mind is go ahead on and start preparing to eat fruit. If you want something sweet, get them babies to eating fruit. Get them babies to eating salads. Teach them babies that all that junk food and potato chips and cookies and oatmeal pies and little Debbie snacks, that ain't good for you. You know what I'm saying? Teach them babies. But how you going to teach them babies something and you doing the same old stuff for yourself? But honey, it's coming today. With all them little sweet treats that you used to getting, baby, you ain't going to be able to get them no more. So you might as well just get your mind set so that you won't be hurting so much when you can't get it no more. So you either going to use your own cash to pay for this sweet treats that you want, these sodas, these pops that you want to buy, or you just ain't going to get it. Now, which is it going to be? I would suggest that you go ahead and get your mindset right, baby. And instead of getting on YouTube and getting on Facebook and TikTok making these videos where you crying and cussing and mad, just go ahead and start transitioning. You know what I'm saying? Prepare healthy foods, go and buy foods that you can prepare at home. Stop buying up TV dinners and all that stuff. I buy a TV dinner myself every now and then. I ain't going to try to say I don't. But at least if you're getting free stuff, and you can kind of afford, you know what I'm saying, to get a little more healthy stuff. Now, when you got to come out of pocket to buy healthy stuff, now, you know what I'm saying, that's when it's really hurting you. I won't say hurting you, but I'm saying you can feel it when you got to buy stuff out your pocket because, healthy foods is a bit more expensive. But you getting $500 for food stamps.
Mind you, I am receiving the maximum benefit. I get $2,000 in food stamps a month.
You mean to tell me you can't buy some fresh fish, you can't buy some fresh fruit, you can't buy some healthy stuff? All you want to do is fill your cart up full of junk food? Baby. That ain't no way to live. All I'm saying. Learn how. Go ahead on and get your mindset. Because, baby, soon and very soon, you will not be able to buy all those sweet treats and all that junk food. I'm just saying. All right, y'all. Now, if y'all don't believe me, y'all check it out for yourself. It's coming, baby. It's coming. Soon and very soon. It's coming. So y'all better be ready. Mrs. G, your favorite auntie, and I gotta tell it to you in love. Y'all need to stop all this cutting food over this food stamp mess now. All right.